Hey friends, so I will be honest, I completely forgot to send out that poll earlier this week for what video I was gonna make for this Sunday. I was kind of prepping for one of the videos, but that didn't end up being the one that people selected. Only 3 people voted as of right now. So hopefully if anyone else votes and we start getting more results, then this is the video that you all wanted. Otherwise, I'm sorry, that's not the video you're gonna get, but you will get all 3 videos at some point. And if you guys didn't know, I will probably start posting more on the community tab for my channel. So if you want to just see what's going on or you want to have more of a voice in the videos that come out, please either comment on these videos or, check out my community tab because I'll post polls and reminders and things like that there. It's just another avenue for me to kind of communicate with you guys, which is great. I don't know when I gained the ability to post on there, but I do have it now. So we're going to be using it. This week, I have a little sketchbook session for you guys. That was what I ended up going with just because some circumstances going on at home. It was just the easier video for me to film. This coming week, I think I'm leaning towards posting the prep video for my brother's painting that I'm going to do for Christmas. If you guys don't remember me mentioning that, you can either rewatch or watch for the first time my November reset video, which has a lot of good information about future videos as well as the future of this channel. So I'll link that down below as well as up in the corner here. All right, so enough of just talking. Let's move into some sketching. I want to get started with something simple. I'm thinking penguin because I love penguins. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm changing the angle because this is starting to annoy me how this is because it's hard for me to draw. Does that work for you guys? I hope that works for you guys because that's the best I can do, I guess. As you guys know, I'm still kind of in my slump. I mean, I'm getting better, which is good. Yeah, that's a little better. Sorry, I had to keep fixing the camera because it was getting in my way, the tripod. It's still kind of getting in my way, but not as much. But anyway, I've been in my slump and it's been kind of hard to draw, I guess, because I don't feel inspired to a lot of the time. And then when I do feel inspired to, I'm usually too tired. Last night I was in such a drawing mood. I don't know what triggered it. I think I was looking at drawings on the internet, I guess. And this is from that. And oops, probably didn't do much, but I was looking at stuff on the internet as far as drawing and, seeing what other people were doing. I'll be honest, looking at other art and other artists makes me want to make art. I don't know if that's something that happens for you guys, but it does for me. Because of that, I get at these points where I really just want to draw, and it's hard when you can't. And I'm definitely a perfectionist, so that doesn't help things either because if a drawing doesn't come out the way I want it to, I get pretty upset. And then it makes me not want to draw more, which is not good because you should draw more. You should absolutely draw more, especially if you're disappointed. Draw the same thing over and over again until you get it to the point where you want it to be, You should be making art. Making mistakes while you're making art, that's part of learning. You have to make mistakes. If you want to learn, you have to make mistakes and you have to analyze those mistakes and you have to poke at them. And, it might be a sore spot for you, so maybe you don't want to poke at them, but you absolutely have to, just because that's the only way you're going to learn. I mean, I could read and look at art and yeah, I'll learn something maybe. I could take classes and stuff, which will also teach me things. I'm not saying that doing any of those things will not teach you something, but you have to do it too, or else it's just not worth it. It's not going to work because you're taking those classes to draw better, so you have to actually draw, or really what's the point? That's why, I'm trying to do more of these videos too, because I'm finding it very hard to draw. Look at an image, a reference image that I found on Pinterest, and don't worry guys, I'll leave a link to the Pinterest board down below, but it's hard for me to talk while I'm doing that and think about what I'm saying and making sense of what I'm saying to you guys, because I obviously want to make sense with what I'm saying. So I'm very sorry if I have some pauses here and there, or, you know, I'm still trying to, it's a learning process, you know, and then I gotta be the same way with art, and I'm kind of sad that I'm not. So I've been trying to draw inspiration from different places. I think once the new year starts and the holidays are over, and how did I already get pencil on my desk? I'm going to try to go to a museum, because I haven't been to a museum, an art museum, in a while. I think it would be nice for me to get out of the house and look at art. And I just think it'll be easier once the holidays are over, because I'm gonna be traveling and stuff. You know, it's not something I want, you know, the closest art museum I want to see is about a 2-hour drive, which isn't bad. I'm not saying it's bad. But I'm gonna be traveling during the holiday season. Once we hit Christmas, I'll be spending it in New Jersey. So don't want to be spending so much time, I guess, out traveling. And again, sorry that I shook the camera. What is going on here? You're separating. Oh, that's not good. So I'm gonna have to find a better way to set this up too, like when I do these sketchbook sessions, because I don't have arm movement the way I want it to be. So that's something I'll probably have to discuss with my father. Maybe he can help me figure this out. For now, I'm gonna switch back to, I think, using my overhead drawing thing. So excuse me one moment. Your point of view is going to change. Okay, much better in my opinion. Elbow or my shoulder the way I was doing it before. So as I was saying, travel wise, to go to a museum now would be kind of annoying. So I'm just looking at what I can find on the internet. If you guys didn't know, I did just create a Twitter account, which it's like, apparently this is like not the best time to do it because of what's going on. But, you know, you can find that information down in the description. I'll also put it in the video so you guys can go follow me on Twitter. I also revived my Tumblr because a lot of people are doing that right now with what's going on with Twitter, with Elon Musk. I think we're overhyping it a little bit. I mean, those people losing their jobs like that and him wanting to impose such a crazy work schedule for these people is absolutely insane to me, and I don't think it's right. But I also don't think it's the end of Twitter unless, you know, literally everyone decides to boycott Twitter. I don't know if I'm gonna boycott Twitter. I might. We'll see how it goes. I've never been a fan of Twitter, even when it was owned by people that weren't Elon Musk. I don't know who owned it before him. Shows you how much I know. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of Twitter. I was always a Tumblr person, and then it died, which made me so sad. But it did die, unfortunately. That's what happened here. You know, I'm not gonna pretend it didn't, but people are going back now, and I'm all for it. Even I'm a Wonder I was watching her video today that premiered, and she was talking about how she started up her Tumblr again, and I'm all for it. I missed my Tumblr. I missed it quite a lot. I never posted art on Tumblr before. I was one of those people that wrote fan fiction for like One Direction, Marvel, because I enjoyed that, and I don't really do that anymore, but I did start a Tumblr. So if that's something you guys will be interested in, I again will put it down below and you'll see the handle on the screen. Otherwise, I mean, TikTok's in the future. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to probably do a TikTok account, even though, I mean, again, I've never been fans of like mainstream, like fast social media. That's why I'm kind of not liking Instagram at the moment. Most of my feed is just videos. It's just reels. I'm sorry, I go to YouTube when I want to watch a video. I don't go to Instagram. I don't go to TikTok. So for me, it's just not worth it. I don't know. You guys tell me what forms of social media do you guys use? Because I'm, again, of the mind that I used to love Instagram. Now I'm kind of over it. Tumblr I've always liked, but it was a dead platform. I always like things that are dying. When it comes to social media, except for YouTube. I don't think YouTube's really dying, but, you know, you tell me what you guys are on. I mean, I'm only 25, but what are all the people into today? There's this new app. My brother and my cousin, who are younger than me, they're Gen Z. I'm like borderline Gen Z and millennial. But they were telling me that it's you have like randomly during one point of the day you have to take like a picture or something. It's like Be Real or something. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I don't know. I look like a bum most of the day. I don't want to take a picture. But if that's what you guys are into, let me know. I'm curious. I'm also on Pinterest a lot. Not so much like social media wise. Like I don't post my art on there, but that's where I get all my references a lot of the time for, not for things that I'm going to be, selling potentially, which I don't think I'll be selling anything potentially, but things like that. I don't know. I'm curious what you guys do, but where do you guys get your references? That's another good question. I know I throw so many questions at you guys. You want to comment down below you can even just answer one question, whatever question you feel like answering. You would make my day. So right now I'm drawing a mannequin. It has like this really pretty intricate like wig on it. So I don't know how this is gonna, I want to switch pencils actually. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. She has a very long neck. Anyway, so kind of going back to holidays. What are you guys doing? What do you celebrate? I personally celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas. As I mentioned before, I will be in New Jersey for Christmas, and I'm very nervous about that because I've never really traveled during peak holiday season. I also am freezing now here in Florida. Well, not freezing, but cold. I'm cold in Florida, which was not the case when I first moved here last year. And so it's kind of scary to me to think that it's colder up there and I'm gonna have to deal with that. But, you know, it's north, so I guess I can't really complain because, you know, I'm finally getting used to the weather down here. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. But Thanksgiving I'm having here. I mean, I'm not hosting it. My grandmother is, but my grandmother, my stepmother, and then I think also my step-grandmother are making food. And I'm also making food. I don't know if I said that, but I am. So I'm curious what you guys eat, you know, if you guys celebrate Thanksgiving, like what are some of your traditional foods that you like to eat. I just got most of my groceries today, actually. I'm making a couple things from my mother's side of the family, even though she's up north, because I kind of miss some of that food. I don't know. They were the foods that, you know, you grow up with, so you kind of just want to. Does anyone else feel nostalgic? I feel nostalgic during the holidays, you know. So for me, I just realized I made a huge mistake. Okay. For me, it's a very nostalgic time. So this should be kind of like that there. It's a very nostalgic time for me, and I know I just said that like 50,000 times. So I also kind of get a little depressed. I don't know how you guys feel during this time of year. I feel like that's pretty common though, that people get depressed this time of year because it's like a reminder, like, you know, if people that used to be around are no longer around, and it's hard. You're used to certain amounts of people, certain people in your family being around, and sometimes you can't be around them. Unfortunately, circumstances are different, or things change. You get older, you know, maybe you have a brother or sister who has a wife now or a husband, and they go to that side of the family now, and things change. But I'm having Thanksgiving here, so I'm making my grandmother's rolls, because my grandmother on my mother's side, I'm making her rolls because my father requested them. And I'm making these things called crabbies, which my aunt, my mom's twin actually, she used to make, and she still makes for holidays. So that's all happening. I'm also making tarte tatin, which, if you don't know what that is, my French people, and if anyone here is French, you guys might know what that is, especially if you live in France, or my culinary people, and if there's anybody who does culinary arts, or is a chef or has a chef in their family. It's like an apple pastry. It's really good.
I don't know where you are. Please turn on Wi-Fi, which will allow me to find your location.
Siri, we were not talking to you. I don't think her hairstyle is gonna fit on the page. Oops. So I'm making tarte tatin, and Claire Saffitz. I don't know if any of you guys watch her. She used to be, I think, part of the Bon Appetit YouTube channel, and then she branched out, and I think now she does New York Times, and she has her own channel. I think she posted it last year. She did a tarte tatin around this year, at this time of year. Not around this year, around this time of year. And it has a lot of views. A lot of people liked it. So I'm gonna be trying to make that. It's comprised of puff pastry, and I'm just gonna do rough puff. I mean, you could buy your own puff pastry if you want, but I get fancy. I can't help it. So I want to do it myself. So I'll be making rough puff this weekend, rough puff pastry, which is like an easier way to make puff pastry rather than, it's not the traditional way. But this hair I don't think is gonna fit on this page. So I'll be making that. And it's puff pastry with caramelized apples. You steam the apples in the oven. Comes out really nice. If you guys can't tell, I'm trying to be a bit looser with my lines because I want to try to get better at being loose with sketching and stuff like that. So that's why we're being looser. On top of the tart tatin, I was gonna make homemade ice cream, but then I was like, it's too much. It's too much for me between work next week and doing all that cooking, because I'm also making an appetizer. And so I'm making an appetizer that my aunt makes, which again, I'm trying to get used to like talking while I'm doing this, and it's definitely not working. So it's like a crab cheese dip, but you put it in English muffins. So it's really good. I really like it. I grew up eating it even though I didn't like crab meat, but I like that crab meat. I don't know why, but I do. And what else goes into it? It's like a garlicky, cheesy kind of thing. So I'm making that, and that I'm making this weekend because then I can freeze it and kind of just reheat it the day of, which is always a nice thing. And I'm making mashed potatoes, and I'm making stovetop stuffing because it's the only kind of stuffing I like. I don't know why. Don't sue me. Even though I'm making I make other things from scratch, I can't, I don't know, there's just something about stovetop stuffing that I like it too damn much. So, too dang much. Oops, excuse my language. I don't know. Do you guys like stovetop stuffing? I love stovetop stuffing. I've tried making it homemade before, and I still can't get myself to like it as much as stovetop. So, even though I don't really like how there's all those preservatives and things in it, but same thing with the crab. Honestly, the crabbies, that's what we call the appetizer I was telling you guys about. It is, Kraft cheese, old English cheese dip. It's definitely not GMO free. I'll say that. But, I think you balance it, right? You balance the good with the bad. Sometimes, it's okay to have something that you probably shouldn't have, but I really love this wig. I really do, even though I'm not doing it justice. You guys can go look at it once the video's over, or you can open it in a separate tab, take a quick glance, come back kind of thing. But it's a gorgeous wig. What else am I making? I said the refrigerator rolls. I said the tarte tatin. I'm trying to think. I might be making millionaire shortbread again. I made it recently for my father because his birthday, because it has all the kinds of things he likes. Like he loves caramel, he loves shortbread, and then you have that layer of chocolate's probably not his favorite part, but it's definitely a winner when it comes to dessert. So and he's not big into apple stuff, so figured I'd make him that if I have time, though, because he's the one who requested the rolls, which already aren't easy and take time. And so they're not hard, it's just they're time consuming, that is that. I think that's all I'm making. If I'm missing something, I cannot recall for the life of me what it is. Yeah, that is all I'm making, actually. So I didn't miss anything, which is good. I don't know if I don't think I want to draw her face. I'll just leave it as is. So as the face goes. And she has more ringlets here. Yeah, I kind of do want to draw her face, but I want to be good about it. Even though it's a fake face. I would say eye over here, eye over here. These are just the eye sockets. Her eyes aren't actually that big. Nose is kind of there. Mouth is kind of doing this kind of shape. I don't know. Kind of higher mouth. That's more so just for me to do placement and stuff. So yeah, tell me what you guys are having or making, or if you're hosting or going someplace for Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, what do you guys, I guess you guys don't do anything, right? I know Canada has a different Thanksgiving, but I'm assuming the rest of the world doesn't really celebrate. Do you guys do you guys have Black Friday too? I'm very curious. I don't know much about customs and holidays outside of, the ones that they teach you in school and stuff like that here. But maybe I'll just do the shadow. That could be interesting. I'm not gonna do the veil she has over her face, but I think I want to do the shadows. I think that might be interesting. Shadow. And there's one that kind of comes out around the upper lip there. I don't know. Doesn't look good to me, but you know, it's experimentation. This is my sketchbook. It's not, you know, we experiment. So yeah, tell me about the holidays you guys celebrate, if you have Black Friday or whatever it is you guys do during this time of year. I know Hanukkah is coming up. That's in December. I don't know. Do they coincide this year? Christmas and Hanukkah? I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't celebrate Hanukkah, just saying. I celebrate Christmas, but I'm always fascinated by other ways of celebrating things like that. You know, celebrating what people are, you know, doing for the holidays. Yeah, I definitely did not do her shadow right, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it. So yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about your holidays. Again, I am a curious person, you know. Still not liking it, but again, that's just a sketch. I'm not gonna freak out. Have you guys ever traveled during the holidays? I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I've been doing a lot more since my father moved to Florida. He used to live in New Jersey, but now my brother and I have to travel back and forth for holidays and stuff. My brother's up in Rochester. He's studying there. So, I mean, we keep in touch, but you know, it's hard, especially this time of year because you miss them. And they're in school. They're getting their degree, which is good. You want them to get their degree. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just experimenting, purely experimenting. That I don't know what to talk about. So I said I'm spending New Year's I said I'm spending Christmas Eve up north, but I'm spending New Year's down here with my brother. So I'm meeting my brother up north for Christmas, and then we're both flying around, like flying home. By home I mean down here for New Year's. So I'm actually hoping my cousin will be here. I don't know if she will, but it would be nice to have the cousins. I don't know if her sister's coming because I don't know. I just don't know what the story is there, but I know at least she wants to come, my one cousin. So hopefully I'll see her. I also know my cousin on my other side of my family that's coming in from California. She lives out there, so that'll be nice too. Yeah, it'll be good. I don't doubt that it will, but it's just not the same as it used to be, you know. I think it's also I've gotten older, but it's still sad. I'm trying to make it, you know, fun for my half brother and half sister who are down here. They don't have as much family as I did when I was little, and more people have, you know, passed on, and it's unfortunate but true. And so I'm hoping, you know, they still kind of get that experience. I at least can say, you know, I had it. I had the whole family, big family get-togethers and the fun stuff. Anyway, for Christmas this year, I don't really have a lot of money. I don't know if you guys heard me mention that in my November reset video, but I don't. So the plan is to make some ornaments as part of my gift to people, just because that's the most I can kind of do at this point. So I'm hoping people like that and they understand, but you never know. There's always a few people who make a comment, or, you know, I'm gonna make my own ornaments. I already ordered the wood panel pieces, like the wood circle things. I don't know what else to call it, really. But they should be coming this weekend. So I'm going to start. You guys will get a video with me planning that. So we'll do that too. I feel like I should draw more, but I don't know what else to draw on this page, because the way I positioned her, she's kind of, I don't know, not easily removable or transferable, I guess is the word. So anyway, I'm making those ornaments, which should be good. And I'm gonna be kind of planning how I want to do them. So as I said, we'll do a whole video on that. And I don't know what I'm doing here. honestly. I'm just like doodling. So that'll be a whole video. My brother wants me to do a painting. I actually have my own painting of my dog Crystal, but he wants me to do a painting for him because he wants one. So I'll be doing that and documenting that whole process, so you guys can definitely come along for the ride, that one as well. And yeah, we'll get that all squared away. Trying to think of ideas for the ornaments. I think I'm definitely gonna have dogs and like cat themed. I don't know. My grandmother on my mom's side really likes those Airedales. I think that's what they're called. Airedales, that breed of dog. I'm not entirely sure if I got that correct, but she likes that breed. So maybe I'll do something like that for her. But I don't know. Have to be something we'll see. And my aunt has cats and I have pictures of her cats, so I could definitely do that for her. So maybe that's what I'll do as far as that goes. I'm actually really liking how this sketch is coming out. And it's just me like having fun, which is good. So I think I'll go that route. That sounds good. And you guys can see what I end up doing. I'm like really concentrating on these bits here. So what I'm kind of wanting for Christmas, it's been difficult to, I've been finding it's harder and harder as I get older to come up with what I want, I guess. I don't know. But I'm gonna have to come up with something this weekend because people in my life are asking and I don't want to be, rude about it, especially if they're willing to get me something. They're being nice in that way. I don't want to be a burden in that sense, but I really need a camera other than my phone. So I did ask my father for something, like to help me pay for a camera because they're not cheap, as I'm sure you guys probably are aware. But, that's the plan there. And I think as far as my aunts and I only have like one aunt, I think, that's still, my uncle on my dad's side still buys me stuff sometimes. He usually just gives me money, which is fine. I'll accept money. This year I don't know if he will. I never expect gifts from my aunts and uncles. It's more of a pleasant surprise now that I'm older because I'm 25. At some point, it's done. You're too old, which is fine. Let the younger kids enjoy. So that's where I'm at with my aunts and uncles. But I have one aunt that always asks, and she asks for my birthday, and it's my mom's twin, the same one that makes the Krabbies and all that deliciousness. She's asking me, so I'm gonna probably ask for an art book, depending. What I usually do is because I'm very extra. I like being surprised. I don't like knowing. I mean, I was different when I was younger. I don't like knowing what someone's getting me, I guess. So I usually make lists every year and then just kind of send them out to the people who ask and just tell them to pick something off the list if they really want to get me something. I find it works, although people do kind of look at me odd when I tell them, oh, I made a list of what I want. Here you go, kind of thing. But I think it makes it easier too, because then they know they can get me something that I won't know exactly what they're getting me. I'll just know it's probably off that list, and that's always nice. So I think for me, that's probably the best way to go about it, because as I said, I like being surprised. So poor little penguin kind of got lost here. Let's see if I can kind of outline him bit better so you can tell it's different. So I make lists, and I'll probably have to do it for my mom too because she's asking, and which is fine. Again, I don't mind making the lists, and a lot of times I just add things on my Amazon shopping lists that I want. I don't know, maybe I'll squeeze something here, something small. It's kind of a weird array of things we got going on here. But anyway, if you guys like these videos, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. It helps the video. It also helps out the channel, and it lets other people find these videos, which again, I appreciate every view I get, so it helps me out a lot. If you don't currently subscribe to this channel, I highly recommend you do. I'm a little biased, but you know, I post videos every Sunday, eventually hoping to go up to twice a week again. I started off the channel at twice a week. So that's something you would like to do. Hit the subscribe button and ring that little bell too, because then you'll know every time a video goes live. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, please consider heading over there at the end of the video, because I plan on becoming much more active on there soon. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I also have a Tumblr now and a Twitter account. TikTok's in the works, so all of that is linked below. I really appreciate you guys watching this video and listening to me drone on, and I do hope, you know, you were drawing along with me, because I find when I watch sketchbook videos like this, I really want to, you know, draw along, so I a lot of times do. If you want to watch some of my other sketchbook videos, they are in the description. I'm probably going to try to keep this close to real time as I can. I really appreciate it if you've made it this far in the video. Kudos to you. And let's finish up the penguin. I've always wanted to, like, I don't know. I can't picture myself, especially now that I'm used to Florida weather, like going down to Antarctica, or I mean, I guess I could go to the Galapagos Islands, but I can't picture myself going to see a penguin in the wild. I personally have, like, I get some zoos and like aquariums do really good things, like they rehabilitate their animals, but I don't know, sometimes SeaWorld I really don't like. After watching a documentary on, what was that killer whale's name, but it was all about him, how it wasn't really, you know, I mean, yes, he shouldn't be killing people, but again, I'm just not too big on zoos and aquariums unless they rehabilitate and help these animals reassimilate to their environments afterwards. That's a different story. So, I mean, you guys can have your own opinions, but I would really like to see a penguin in the wild. That's what I'm saying. Take it or leave it, you know? I just think they're adorable little things, you know? And I would like to see one in the wild. And we definitely are getting close to wrapping this up, guys. So if you want to keep drawing, just because the video's over, it doesn't mean you have to stop. But I am getting to that point where I think I'm done. All right, guys, that's it for today. Tune in next Sunday for a video taking you through the process of prepping for a painting I'm going to be doing for Christmas. It's a painting of my dog, and that's what I'm giving my brother for Christmas. I still have quite a few things I'm trying to figure out with it, but you'll see next week how that's going. I hope that you have a great Thanksgiving. If you take part in any of the Black Friday or Cyber Monday deals here in the US, I don't know if they do that in other countries. I hope you guys have a great time shopping, and take care of yourselves until then. See you next Sunday. Bye, guys.